Today I am doing a music collection video. I will be showing my CDs, my vinyl, maybe my instruments and anything music related. So before I start, I'm just gonna say this. This video is probably gonna be long and you'll probably tell when you click on it because you'll see the time, but sorry if I talk too much, and let me get into it before it gets even longer. So, I tried to film this one time, but I messed up, so this is my second take, so sorry. We're starting off with the vinyls. This is Led Zeppelin 2, one of my favorite Led Zeppelin albums. And this is one of the first vinyls I ever got. It's a pretty cool album, and it comes with this. I don't know why it's in there, and if someone knows, can you please tell me in the comments, because I have no idea. Next is Pink Floyd's The Dark Side of the Moon. Now, this is the one that messed up my first take, because it comes with two posters in there. Now, I'm gonna try again this time and show them, so hopefully I don't mess it up this time, because I remember how to close it. So let's open this. This might take me a second. Alright, so this is the first poster in there, and no, I'm probably not gonna hang these up. This is, I'm pretty sure, the like triangle thing, like, cause it's a prism. Alright. Already got it. Now the second poster is the band. So let me pull this out. Got David Gilmour. Pretty sure that's Roger. And I'm not really familiar with Pink Floyd. I mean, I just started getting into them, but I know the two main musicians in the band, so sorry about that. This might take me a second because it's folded really weird. Alright, I got it. The vinyl, I just think I found something else. Oh, I did. I didn't even know this was in here. Oh. Thank God I figured out what that was. I have no clue what those are, but this is the 50th anniversary version, so that's probably what it is. Here's the vinyl. Not colored, sadly, but it's pretty good. If I do get another Pink Floyd album on vinyl, it will probably be The Wall, just because I like that album. Next we have Black Sabbath Paranoid. This also messed up my first take, and it's an amazing album. The first heavy metal album that came out, but before this, I think Led Zeppelin's and Jimi Hendrix albums are probably metal, but not that heavy like Black Sabbath. Next we have Pantera Metal Magic. This is their debut album, and if you're wondering, Cowboys from Hell was not their first album. Metal Magic was their first album. And if you're wondering, this is not an original copy, it's a bootleg. But it sounds great though. And you can tell it's a bootleg because it doesn't have any lyrics or anything, but it has this, and if you want to read these, pause the video and you can just read these if you can't find these. The vinyl is colored, and it's got this is what their logo used to look like. It was pretty cool. And this might be an unpopular opinion, but I really enjoy Pantera's 80s albums, and we're about to get into one of my favorites in a moment. So I just got one more, and then we're gonna get into one of my favorites. Next we got Projects in the Jungle, their second album. This is what Pantera looked like in 1984. And no, Phil Anselmo was not their first singer. It was Terry Glaze, right there. That's Dimebag, and that's Vinnie Paul, and that's Rex Brown. But Rex Brown was called Rex Rocker, and Dimebag was called Diamond Daryl. It's more heavier than Metal Magic, but it's still like glam. And here we go again. This one doesn't have a back, so you can pause this and read it if you want. This has a yellow thing, but it's not like it's colored, it's red, but they could have colored, like put a different color instead of red. It's not one of my favorites, but it's pretty good. I mean, I like all their albums, to be honest. But I kind of prefer listening to this sometimes, but not often. Next we have one of my favorite Pantera albums, and this is from the 80s, is I Am the Night. It's the last album with Terry Glaze on vocals, right there. And this was before Phil Anselmo joined the band. The weird thing is, on this one, well, here's the front if you want to read that. Now on the back, just kind of makes no sense because it's a bootleg. See, that's Dimebag or Diamond Daryl from the 80s. But for Terry Lee or Terry Glaze, that is not Terry. That is Dimebag. And then they put a picture of them in the 80s, but with Phil Anselmo. But that was the next album, so that makes no sense. But ain't nothing I can do. But this one's red as well. It's a pretty good album. I think this is the one I listen to the most. They start getting heavier and heavier until the 90s when they become the biggest band. This was before they started going to Moscow for the Monsters of Rock Festival. Now this is the first one I got before I found these three. And this is their first album with Phil Anselmo. This is their last glam album before they turned into the Cowboys from Hell. Now this one is pretty good. I prefer this than Cowboys, but I still love Cowboys from Hell. I love all their albums. I think my favorite song is Down Below, and Down Below was on I'm the Night, but it's much slower on I'm the Night, but on Power Metal, it is the fastest. There's some pretty good songs. I think We'll Meet Again is basically Cemetery Gates. If you want to read this, pause the video. And this one's red. Don't know why. Only one of them was white and then the rest of them are red. But it's whatever. But I'm just glad I have their 80s albums. Now the rest of this is Metallica and then Megadeth. So this might take a minute. So we got Kill 'Em All, their first album, their debut album, and I'm just gonna say it, Dave Mustaine basically wrote the entire album, all the solos, all that. That makes me mad that the lyric sheet never comes out with the vinyl. This is Metallica 1983, when James probably hasn't even hit puberty yet. Here's the lyrics. If you don't want to read them, just look them up. They're everywhere. They're not underground like Pantera. This is an amazing debut album. It is very fast. There's no ballads, no nothing. Just fast, aggressive, thrash. But it's not my favorite, but it's a pretty good album. It's got Cliff's iconic bass solo. It's got Hit the Lights, Whiplash. An underrated song is No Remorse, which sounds like Doom. And Mental Militia is like the fastest song I'm pretty sure on the album, besides Whiplash. Seek and Destroy and The Four Horsemen are like the most popular songs. But it's okay, but I can listen to it all the way through without having to skip. Now we got one of my favorite Metallica albums, and it always will be. It's got some amazing bass solos, or just an amazing bass, guitar, all that. And if you don't know what it is, you probably don't have any good music taste, but I'm not hating, but this is my opinion. Ride the Lightning is their best album because they did way better than Kill 'Em All, because they did their first ballad, Fade to Black. The album starts off with Fight Fire with Fire. It's kind of slow, but then it builds up to like the most amazing song you will ever hear. And then Ride the Lightning, the song, which is written by Dave Mustaine, because it's an amazing song. For Whom the Bell Tolls got some amazing bass, like the bass intro with Cliff. Now this album is the reason I want to play bass and guitar, and I wouldn't say drums because it's the same thing. I'm not hating on Lars, but it's the same beat the whole album, but he does do some good drumming. But no hate, no hate. Here's the band. I don't know why Kirk looks like he's just in his underwear. Here's the lyrics. If you want to read some of that, you can. Just pause the video. Now this is kind of hard to see, so I'm gonna shine it over the light, but it's an amazing album. Now, I'm not really a vinyl guy, but I still collect them though, but I prefer the CD though. But no matter what, I will listen to it. But the next album is, I think, one of their biggest albums at the, like, before the 90s. And you can probably guess it. And there's only one reason I hate hearing about it. But I love it. It's pretty good, and it's got one of the best bass solos. But if you can't guess it, it's Master of Puppets. One of my second favorite Metallica albums. It's fast, it's got some amazing movements, it's got one of the heaviest songs I've ever heard. The Thing That Should Not Be. Now, this is the last album with Cliff, rest in peace. And I have the Master of Puppets Funko up there. Got that last year. Oops. Now, this album is amazing. Sorry if the camera's blurry. Orion is one of the best instrumentals they have ever made, because Cliff is just doing the best that he can. Like, he's an amazing bassist, and he was taken from us way too soon. But he did some amazing bass work. These are the best songs, but I prefer the Cliff era more than the others. No hate on Jason or Rob. Here's the band. Here's some of the pictures if you want to see those. There's Kirk, Cliff, James, and Lars. And the cool thing about this one is it's colored. Let me take that out real quick. It might be kind of dirty, but whatever. But I take good care of my music. That's why I don't buy my music used. Like, I'll buy CDs used because I can check and see if they're messed up or not. But vinyl, you cannot tell if it's been messed up or not. So that's why I don't really buy my vinyl used. I buy mine new. But the next album, well, it's not an album. It's a live album that's never, I think, been released, like, where you can listen to it, but you can find it on YouTube. But it's Metallica Live at the Hammersmith Odeon, London, September 21st, 1986. This is my first Metallica vinyl. got this for Christmas last year, and I think this was 6 days before Cliff tragically got into a bus accident and was violently thrown out of the window of the tour bus, and it crushed him. And when they picked it back up, it rolled back on him, and it's pretty sad, but this is a good album. It's like not a full concert, but it's like it's an amazing one. It's red vinyl. No lyrics, no pictures, just the only pictures on here are like these and the cover picture. But the next one is an EP that Metallica released in 1987 with Jason Newsted. And this is, I think, their first cover album, but it's an EP. It's Garage Days Revisited. It's pretty good. It's kind of fast, but like not very well produced. And I think you can tell it wasn't produced very well because they had to say that on the I think on the back. Yeah. If you can see the first 3 or 4 words. Actually, it's 5 words, sorry. This is not very produced by Metallica, and if you want to read that, you can. Here's some pictures of the band. There's Jason, and then there's James. Oh, and Lars, and then there's Kirk. I don't know who that is in the middle. Now, when I bought this, it was not in a white sleeve. I switched it out when I got this for Christmas, but it doesn't really matter. But it's pretty good. It's the only time I think you can hear Jason's bass in the 80s before the next album. They did him dirty. And if you're wondering what album I'm talking about, it's, I think, one of their best-selling albums in the 80s, and Justice for All. An amazing, heavy album, but sadly, there's no bass, which is very disappointing because they did Jason very dirty on this album. And I'm pretty sure it was because Cliff Burton died, which was very sad, but they probably shouldn't have treated him like that. It's an okay produced album, and if you don't know why I say okay, it would have been an amazing produced album if there was bass. There's the band, there's their heads on a gavel, the lyrics. Now these have 2 vinyls. These are the remastered, because when I made a video before, it wasn't on a YouTube video. It was a video I made, and someone asked if it was original or remastered, and I had to say it was remastered. I think the original one's got like a better looking thing on it. Oh, and a side note, I might have to take a couple sips of a drink when I talk. So sorry. When I talk too much, my throat gets very dry, so I might have to stop for a second to drink something. The next album is the Black Album. Well, it's called Metallica's their self-titled album, but they call it the Black Album because you can barely see their logo and the snake. This way. Yep. It was produced by Bob Rock. He produced Dr. Feelgood by Motley Crue. this is the lyric sheet. At least there's bass on the album, thank God. Now, the coolest thing about this is it's colored. It might look black, but let me pull it out. It is like ink colored, I'm pretty sure. I forgot. If I put the sticker on my door, maybe I can check. And if I didn't, then I'm not sure what color it's supposed to be. Let me check. Okay, I did not put the vinyl color on my door, so I have no clue. But I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be ink. Something. Who knows? Alright, the next album is not as groundbreaking as the Black Album. And if you don't know what album it is, it's when they cut their hair and then they were called a even bigger sellout. And if you don't know what album it is, it's Load. It's not really metal, it's kind of hard rock, but it's called a metal album, so don't know why. Here's some pictures of the band. The lyric sheet kind of sucks because it doesn't even have barely any lyrics, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. If I can get it out, because I couldn't even pull it out the first time. Alright, I'm only pulling out one, not both. It's normal colored, but this is the lyric sheet. Barely any lyrics. 2x4, so there's like 2 sentences. And that's very disappointing, but ain't nothing I can do. On a side note, I just thought about something. Let me grab that real quick. These are digital download codes, and I'm not gonna like turn them around, but I gave the codes to a friend slash, I'm not gonna say, but I gave the person these codes, but it's pretty cool to have because you can only get these on the vinyl, so you can't get these in the CDs, or even if they make the cassettes, they wouldn't have them. But these are the code things. It's pretty cool, but like, just to be on the safe side, I'm not gonna flip the codes around just because why would I do that? But also because I gave them to somebody, and if they haven't used them yet, that would be disappointing if I gave them the codes and they don't work because someone else used them. Alright, next album. Now, the only Metallica albums I'm missing on vinyl is Reload, Garage Inc., and S&M 1. Now, this is one of their most hated albums, and if you can't guess, it's Saint Anger. Now, don't hate on me for this, but I really think Saint Anger is an amazing album. Not like great that I listen to it all the time, but I feel like it's overhated. Like, it's pretty good, but not my favorite. Like, not as good as their 80s stuff or early 90s. I think it's pretty neat. It comes with colored vinyl, I'm pretty sure. Alright, so this is the lyric sheet. This is where I think they put all their anger. It's pretty cool. It is a orange looking colored vinyl. So I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Next we got I think the best follow-up album from, I'm just gonna say a garbage album, but I still like it though. It's Death Magnetic. Now this one I don't really listen to that much, but it's pretty good. I'm not gonna pull it out because it's not colored, but the lyrics are in the gatefold. Next is Hardwired to Self-Destruct. And I just noticed, because on the CD version, it's like the cover changes and the back changes too. I didn't know that at first. Here's I'm only doing the first side. This one is colored as well. It's kind of the same color as Saint Anger, but it's a little more, like a little less orange. It's an amazing album, but I don't listen to it that much. But there's some good songs on there, like Am I Savage? If you hear the breakdown on the song, it's amazing. Next is the biggest vinyl I have at the moment. It is S&M 2. Now, I'm not pulling everything out, but I'm only going to pull out this one vinyl piece. And wouldn't you expect it? It's like a kind of orange color, but it's like yellow and black and brown. It's pretty good. Not my favorite, but it's pretty good. Not bad. Not bad. Next, we got the last Metallica vinyl. I got this one for Christmas. It is 72 Seasons, their newest album. Been wanting this on vinyl for like the whole year of 2023. And now I have it. The lyrics are right here. If you haven't seen this before. Here's all the lyrics. Now this is Kirk and James. The other one is Lars and Rob. Now this one's colored red and black. It's pretty sick. It's pretty good. I haven't heard the whole thing on vinyl, but when I ordered the album on CD, like as soon as the album came out, I bought it on CD, and I didn't listen to it until I got the CD, and the day it came in the mail, I listened to the entire thing. Moving on, we are starting with Megadeth on vinyl. We're not starting off, but like we're ending off with Megadeth, sorry. This is the newest vinyl I've bought. This is Killing Is My Business and Business Is Good, the Final Kill version, which means it has some live stuff in the demos. I don't think it's colored, but it's got the same vinyl thing in it. Come on. Okay, didn't mean to drop that on the phone. This is what the thing it comes in. It's got the lyrics. It's not colored, but let me show this. It's kind of got hair on it because of my cat, and you can see me. It's like the cover art. And wasn't expecting my face to come into the camera, but whatever. It's probably the only time I've showed it in a while. Next is, I think, my second favorite Megadeth album, Peace Sells, But Who's Buying? It's an amazing album. I could listen to the entire thing and never get tired of it. This is what it comes in. Well, it didn't come in this. Well, I can show this. It came in this, but I just switched it out. I'm about to go into my closet to get my music. This is the back. It's got the lyrics. There's Vic Rattlehead's hand. The vinyl is normal, and I'm not pulling that out just because I don't want my face to be shown again. Now the last vinyl is one of their best albums, and it's got to be the top 10 or top 20 best metal albums of all time. And if you hate this album, no offense and no hate, but you really need to get your ears checked, because this is one of the best metal albums. Rust in Peace. This is the first vinyl I got back in December. Not the first vinyl, but like the first vinyl I bought in the month of December, if that makes any sense. It has the band. It's a normal colored vinyl, sadly, but it's an amazing album. Here's the lyrics. The weird thing about it is the chorus and the lyrics do not repeat. I don't know why, but this is probably one of the best metal albums ever released. Now, before I get started with the CDs, let me take a sip. Of my drink. Alright, let me put this crate back and then we can get started with the CDs. Now, the CDs in my closet are the hardest things for me to get out. So before I show the CDs, let me go into my closet and show you the other vinyls I have that I am never going to pull out again. Alright, so I'm gonna grab my first stack of CDs. So let me grab that. Okay, let me put these in the order I want them in first, and then we can get started with the CDs. Sorry if that's loud. And before I mention the band, let's give some context. They were the biggest band in the 60s, and they broke up in the 70s, like the beginning of the 70s. And they released a lot of amazing songs. They were called the Fab Four. They released amazing albums like Please Please Me with the Hard Day's Night, Help, Rubber Souls, Revolver, Sgt. Pepper's, their self-titled album, Yellow Submarine, and Let It Be. Still don't know? It's the Beatles. Now, I finished all their albums in 2023. I started buying their albums in the beginning of 2023, and I finished them on the end of 2023. I've showed them before, but I got 2 new CDs from them, so let's get started. We got their first album, Please Please Me. This was the hardest one for me to find. I mean, they're not hard to find. It was just like when I was trying to buy it because I go to this store, and every time I went, they never had this one until a certain point. It's an amazing album. I'm starting to like the song Please Please Me on there. Next, got With the Beatles. This was another hard one for me to find. Got this one back in July. And the funny thing is, it took me until, I think, October to find that one. Hard Day's Night. That's a good movie soundtrack to their movie. This is Beatles for Sale, mostly covers. Sorry if you heard that cough, that was my dad. Got Help. This was the first Beatles album I ever bought. I got this one back in 2022, but I really started buying the Beatles in 2023. Next we got Rubber Soul. Alright, sorry about that. My dad needed to tell me something. Next we got Yesterday and Today. The cool thing about this is the band Butchered's cover. If it was a vinyl, this would be way more valuable. But to me, it's whatever. But this is basically like a vinyl. And I wish I could, maybe let me set my phone up, but I'm not going to get to the camera. Sorry. So, it can open like a vinyl. And the CD is in there. Because I didn't know it was supposed to be like a vinyl, but I figured that out one day and then I fixed it. So, yeah. Next we got Revolver, an amazing album. It's got Yellow Submarine. My favorite song is And Your Bird Can Sing. It's an amazing album. This is when they started really getting experimental. Next, we got one of their best popular albums. We got Sgt. Pepper's. This is their biggest album. It's an amazing album. There's some famous people on the cover, like Edgar Allan Poe, Marilyn Monroe, Bob Dylan, and many others. And this is when people started theorizing Paul was dead. But, sorry to bust your bubble, but he's still alive. The Magical Mystery Tour, it's one of my favorites. Well, it's still one of my favorites, but my second favorite's gotta be Sgt. Pepper's. I mean, my first favorite. The White Album, or the Beatles. This is the 2-disc version where you don't have to buy 2 different cases. Like, when I bought this, it was like, because I couldn't find the one that was like this. I only found the ones that are like in cases like this, but you had to get 2 of them. But I found that one lying around, so I just grabbed it. Next, we got Yellow Submarine, another hard one for me to find. You can kind of see where I bought it from, but this is an original sticker. But the place I go to is McKay's in Greensboro, North Carolina. They are on Battleground Avenue in Greensboro, but they're moving this year. But hopefully I can still go there. Next we got Abbey Road. People know this album. It's an iconic album cover. I'm starting to like this one. Let It Be. This is the one that's my #1 favorite. It's overhated and underrated in my opinion. It's amazing. Shouldn't get any hate. Next we got the Beatles Past Masters Volume 1 and 2. These are both amazing. It's got some songs that are only on that album. Hold up. Excuse me, I'm very sorry about that. I didn't mean to do that. Next we got One. It's got their #1 hit songs. Got this back in July. Next we got Let It Be Naked. I think my favorite version of Let It Be. It's got Don't Let Me Down. Now let me go put this back into the closet. There's 3 more I have left, but I'm scared I'm gonna drop it. So okay, next we got Love. They mix the songs very weirdly on this album, or compilation, whatever. Now these are the newest ones I have. One of them I got for Christmas, and one for them I paid for myself. Can you guess which one I paid for? Well, I paid for this one. These I bought at, whoa, this one was like these are the most expensive ones. Like, they're not expensive, they're like 30 bucks, but that's kind of overpriced. But do you know why they're expensive? Because these are the 2023 remastered versions with more songs, and this one's got Now and Then, their newest song, their last song. This one I got for Christmas, and I was like, where's the red one? Because I didn't get that one, so I bought it, and now I have it. Next is gonna be Metallica, and then I'm gonna try my best to do my new metal section, because it might take me a minute to get them all out, because it's a lot, but I'll see how it goes. I gotta go back and get the rest of the Metallica. Good thing is I didn't do the stupid thing I did last time I tried to look at these. If you don't know what I mean by look at these, I look through my music a lot, even if I'm not showing it to anybody, because I paid for it. I can do what I want with it. Not being rude about it, but I'm just saying. And when I carry these, I try not to drop them, and I have to fix it, but I do an idiot move, and I put it right at the edge of my closet, and let me show you where that is. So, see, these are my CDs, but I don't want to spoil it. Those are the Beatles. Metallica sits right there. Now, when I pick them up, I set these right there for no reason, and I about dropped them. So, I'm glad I didn't do that this time. But, let me take a drink real quick, and then we can start, and then we can do my the hardest ones that take me a little bit to get out. But I don't care how long I take. I mean, I gotta do what I gotta do. I got one more sip. One more second. Just give me one moment and get started. I'm almost finished. Just one more motor. This might take me a minute, but I will be starting in 1 second. If you want to know what I was doing, there's a drink I like and people collect the bottles, so I do the exact same thing. I was just moving it, so sorry about that. Anyways, let me put the CDs back on the bed and we can continue. Alright, I've showed most of these already, so I can speed through them. We got Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning, Master of Puppets. There's like three CDs I want from Metallica. Like, I already own the albums. It's like they're like kind of like a 3 CD set, kind of. And it's got Master of Puppets and Justice for All and the Black Album. It's got some like live stuff and demos. Garage Days Revisited and Justice for All. Now, I think on the original pressing of the vinyl, it's kind of like just the logo in Metallica with that. And then the Black Album and the final CD that I already showed on vinyl, Load. Now these 3 or 4 are the ones I haven't showed yet. So Reload. This one's kind of better than Load, but not that much. Next we got Whiskey in the Jar single. There's me again, but you can't really see my face, thank God. Garage Inc. And funny enough, when I bought this, my mom thought that because there's like CDs where you like pull this up and the second one will be over here, but she didn't know that it just can move on its own. But mistakes happen, and I'm not mad about it. Actually got S&M. This is the one that I really want on vinyl. Be very cool. I already showed this. Saint Anger. Some Kind of Monster. This is the EP. It's got the song Some Kind of Monster and the edited version with some live songs. I'm sorry if I keep having to drink something. My throat gets dry and it's very hot in my room, so sorry. I need to put some more water in there. Next we got Death Magnetic. Now this one I want on vinyl, but it's like, it's very bad, but it's not like bad that I don't want it anymore. It's Lulu. People say this is the worst thing they have ever made, but I think it's more for Lou Reed fans. But it's in the Metallica section because it's got Metallica on it. I'm not really a big Lou Reed fan, but if something's Metallica, I need it. Next we got Beyond Magnetic. Hold up. Excuse me. These are the songs that didn't make it on Death Magnetic. Death Magnetic. I'm gonna put this somewhere. Now I think about it, I'm gonna just move it up on my bed because I gotta show my new metal stuff in a moment. So I'm just gonna put it right there. Just got Hardwired. Showed this. See how different the cover is on the CD and on the back. A little bit on the bottom. Now this is the deluxe version. Cover is different and comes with the bonus disc. The back is kind of different as well. But I'm gonna put these in a separate stack just in case. I got the Many Faces of Metallica. Metallica is nowhere on this, but it's got people covering their songs and their influences. Like I said, if anything has Metallica on it, I'm gonna get it. SNO2 and 72 Seasons. Alright, next is my metal section, and I'm not gonna spoil it, but it is in that top corner right there. Sorry if you can hear my dogs barking. I have one more thing to grab, and then I'm got it. Let me just put these in the order I need them in. If you don't know what I'm doing, I'm putting their the band's albums from their first album to their recent albums. So that's what I'm trying to do at the moment. So please forgive me. Some of these bands only have one album, some of them have all of them. Alright, let's get started. So, we're gonna start off with Korn. They're the inventors, or they invented nu metal. I'm pretty sure, but I might have to say Beastie Boys did that too, but they're more metal. I'm gonna try to speed through everything because I'm starting to get hot, but let me do one quick thing real quick, and we'll try to do this where you can see everything and I can explain very well. But let's get started. So we got Korn's debut album. It's pretty good. It's got some amazing songs on it, like Blind, Chutes and Ladders, and the most darkest song is the song Daddy. Next we got Life is Peachy. Pretty good. Freak on the Leash, I think one of their biggest albums. Then we got Issues. Oops, I didn't want anyone to see the bands that I haven't got to yet, so forgive me. Next we got Untouchables. Greatest Hits Volume 1. And sorry if you can hear my dogs. Just give me 1 second. Sorry about that. They were barking at me. Next we got See You on the Other Side. Now this I bought because it's Korn, but it's like their dubstep album. I have no clue why I bought this. Let me go put Korn back. Next is one and only Limp Bizkit. There's a reason why I put Limp Bizkit, like after Korn I put Limp Bizkit because they're friends, so I had to do that. We got their debut $3 bill, y'all. Then Significant Other, it's got Nookie on it. One of my favorites is Chocolate Starfish and hot dog flavored water. Next is an amazing metal artist, Slipknot. It's their debut album. This is Iowa. This is Volume 3 of the Subliminal Verses. Now this is the one that does what I said. This one's a deluxe version. And we got All Hope Is Gone and The End So Far. The only reason I am trying to hurry is because the vinyls took almost an hour. So I'm gonna try to hurry because my voice can't talk for too long, even though I talked for like 12 hours yesterday. So don't understand why. This is Disturbed, The Sickness. Now the ones I'm showing you, I'm just gonna put it up together. Rage Against the Machines debut album, Rage Against the Machines Ava Empire, and Deftones Around the Fur. Sorry I covered that up, but who knows what can get you in trouble nowadays. And last but not least, I think one of my favorites, System of a Down. Now I'd finished them in December. We got their debut album. This is the first one I bought, Toxicity. This is the last one I bought, still this album. We got Mesmerize, but when I have it stacked up, I keep it like this because Hypnotize. But Hypnotize and Mesmerize is a double album, so that's why I have it like that. I'm gonna put Metallica up real quick, and then we're gonna move on to Van Halen. I can say the bands, but Van Halen, then my thrash metal section, then my heavy metal section, and then 2 more sections, and then I'll go into my closet and show you the rest, because I might not want to pull it out. And then we're gonna move to the CDs next to my bed, and then I will show you a little bit of my music stuff, and then I will be finished with the video. I'm trying not to make it very long, but sorry if it is. I just dropped the CDs on the bed. Thank God it was the bed. before I put the last thing up for Metallica, my last video of my music stuff got 100 views, which I'm very grateful for, because most of the time my music videos, like, not like music videos, like my CD or music collection videos, don't really do that well, and I'm very surprised it got 100 views. So if the same people watch this one as well, thank you very much. Moving on, we have Van Halen. Let me get their albums in a specific order, and then we can move on to the next band. If you don't know who Van Halen are, they are who inspired Pantera, and that's what 80s Pantera albums are like. They were very popular in the late 70s, early 80s. We got Van Halen 1, Van Halen 2. That guitar that Eddie Van Halen is using, the Bumblebee, is Buried with Dimebag. It's one of my favorites, Women and Children first, and then we got my second favorite, Fair Warning. This is my least favorite of the David Lee Roth era, Divers Down. I say Divers and not Diver Down. But this is one of the biggest albums, I think one of my third favorites, 1984. Here we got 5150, their first album with Sammy Hagar. Sorry, I need a drink. Hold up. Please forgive me if I keep having to stop and drink something. My voice does, I think when I talk for too much, it just ain't that good. Next we got OU812 for Unlawful Carnal Knowledge, and if you want to say it in short form, I cannot say that. I had to make that joke. We got Van Halen Live right here, right now. Amazing live album. Eruption sounds very good on there. Actually got Balance. The last album was Sammy Hagar. Now, I didn't know which one was Sammy Hagar, but I realized that's him right there. That's just Eddie Van Halen. And that blew my mind when I figured that out. Next we got Van Halen Best of Volume 1. Eddie put this as a joke because he knew there wouldn't be a Volume 2. Found that out today. Van Halen 3, one of their worst, but it's not too bad. I think I just like bad albums. I'm just saying. I think they're just overhated because they're old fans. No one appreciate it. The Best of Both Worlds. It's got some songs that they never released. Now this is sad. This is Van Halen's last album, A Different Kind of Truth. It's pretty good. Alright, next is my thrash metal section, and I'm gonna point out something. Megadeth I have on CDs, but one of the albums I'll tell you about in a moment. I am just being smart and grabbing the CDs, not like all together. I'll have to go back and get the Megadeth ones. The reason I'm doing that is because I'm scared I'll drop it because I got very slick hands. Megadeth, I'm starting to almost be finished. But first we got Killing Is My Business, and Business Is Good. This is the normal version. It's just got those demos, not the live stuff. This is Peace Sells, But Who's Buying, one of my favorites. So Far So Good So What, an amazing underrated album. Rest in Peace, one of my favorites as well. And Countdown to Extinction, pretty good. And Euthanasia and Cryptic Writings. Those are the best Megadeth albums. Now the next album is one of their worst. Well, they have two bad albums, but this is the one that I mentioned earlier. Risk. Now, every time I've shown this one, if you go to my other music collection videos, you might notice that the album cover doesn't look like this. Why? Because it was like this. Not like this, like this. Why was it like that? I don't know. It was like that when I bought it. And the crazy thing was, I thought it was a rare copy, or like a rare album cover that I didn't know about. Until one day, I'm just looking through the CDs like I usually do. Like, I'll go into my closet, pull out my CDs and look at them. So I was taking out the lyric sheet just to look at it, see the pictures, and I realized I saw this, and that made me realize I'm an idiot. And yeah, because all this time I thought I had a rare copy, but I didn't. And I'm like, then why would they sell it for like $3 if it was rare? And who would even sell it? Next we got Capital Punishment. It's got Kill the King. Next we got Dystopia. An amazing album. I think it deserved the Grammy. The Sick, the Dying, and the Dead. It is so great. If you haven't heard it yet, please do. And if you don't like any songs on the album, you gotta at least like one, because We'll Be Back is an amazing song. Next is Slayer. Another band I really like. I'm pretty sure I like thrash metal. First, we start off with Hell Awaits. This is their second album. I do not have their first album yet. And I'm gonna give you some context about Slayer. They are not satanic. The bass player is Christian, just letting you know. The reason they did album covers like this, and they mentioned Satan a lot, was so they could mess with critics and mess with people. Because they were trying to stand out. And I'm pretty sure it worked. But I still listen to them, and they're an amazing band. Next we got Rain and Blood. Trying to get this one on vinyl. South of Heaven, one of my favorites. My second favorite is Seasons in the Abyss. I really want Divine Intervention because I'm starting to like that album. This is Undisputed Attitude. Punk covers, except for Gemini. And Christ Illusion. Now, on Apple Music, it's a hand, but on here it's supposed to be Jesus. Next is Anthrax. I don't have a lot of their stuff. I only have 3 of their CDs. We got Among the Living, State of Euphoria, and this one I bought recently, Return of the Killer A's. It's got some like cool songs on it. Bringing the Noise and I Am the Man. Next is Rammstein, and yes, I know they're not thrash, but I just have them in thrash. I don't know how to sing that. It's a pretty good album. And we got the Engel single that rhymed, and Du Hast. Now I am trying to, I just about fell because I about slipped on my carpet. But next is my heavy metal section, like just normal heavy metal. Now I'm trying to like finish because, you know, I'm just trying to. Okay. I'm about to try to make this video quick because I think the rest of them I've shown a bunch of times, but I'm trying to finish, and I might not show everything because this video is taking too long, and I'm not trying to like, I want to show everything, but I'm getting hot. Like, I'm thinking my sugar's dropping. So I haven't ate anything since 2 o'clock. So I'm gonna do the heavy metal section, show you, like, I'll show you the title of the albums. I'm not gonna show the album covers, sorry, but I'm just trying to finish. But I'll show you my instruments and stuff, and then I will finish the video. But I'm gonna show you my heavy metal section, then show you the titles, and then finish the video. I'm very sorry, but if you haven't seen my other stuff, click on my other music collection videos and you can see the other ones because I showed them a lot. So if you want to see them, do that. You can feel free to look at them. I have some new CDs though. The one thing I will show you is my AC/DC albums, and then my Pantera, and then MCR, and then I will be done. So, sweating. I'm just trying not to make the video any longer, and I'm ready to eat dinner. So, I'm very sorry. I'm trying to show everything, but I'm not feeling that great. My throat is getting very dry. And I have way too much music. Okay, we're gonna start off with 4 CDs. The Very Beast of Dio, or Very Best of Dio, Lamb of God, Omens, Number of the Beast, and Power Slave. Next is Judas Priest, British Steel, Point of Entry, Screaming for Vengeance, one of my favorite, Painkiller. And next we got Black Sabbath, and I don't have any other era except for Ozzy at the moment. I haven't finished them yet. I got their debut, Paranoid, Master of Reality, just bought this one, Sabotage, and 13. This is the deluxe version, and the Ultimate Collection. Well, let me go put these back, and I'll show you my AC/DC albums, Pantera, and one more thing and then I'll be finished. We got Blizzard of Oz, Hour of a Madman, Bark of the Moon, The Ultimate Sin, Tribute, No Rest for the Wicked, No More Tears, Osmosis, Down to Earth, Undercover, Scream, and Patient Number 9. Those are Ozzy's solo albums. I'm almost finished with Ozzy. Well, I'll show you like real quick. I mean, it might be kind of dark, but like maybe, let's see. Okay, so AC/DC is right there. I got Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Guns N' Roses, Aerosmith, all that. And if you want to see those, click on the other videos I've posted about my music. The last things I'm going to show you is AC/DC, Pantera, and I'll show you My Chemical Romance real quick just because I'm going to be done. And I'm sorry, but I'm just trying to finish. We got Danger Days, Black Parade, and 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge. Oh, I wanted to show this. This is That 70s Show Jam CD I found. I love That 70s Show. It's pretty good. Next we have Pantera. I'm just gonna try to fly through Power Metal, On the Night, Projects in the Jungle, Metal Magic. I showed these on vinyl, but I prefer the CDs though. And then we got Pantera, the complete studio albums. These are the albums people think they only made. Got Cowboys, Vulgar, Far Beyond Driven, The Great Southern Trendkill, and Reinventing the Steel. And if you buy this version, you can get a bonus track on Vulgar, Display of Power, called Piss. It's pretty heavy. And then we got the Walk EP. Alright, last but not least is gonna be AC/DC. Let me grab them real quick. I am almost done with AC/DC's albums. I am missing maybe 3 or 4. Who knows how many I'm missing. But I'm almost finished with their albums. If you hate AC/DC, what's wrong with you? Alright, I'm gonna fly through. Got High Voltage, Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap, Let There Be Rock, Power Ridge, Howard L, Back in Black, 74 Jailbreak, Fly on the Wall, Who Made Who, Blow Up Your Video. We got the Razor's Edge, Ball Breaker, Stiff Upper Lip, Black Ice, Rocker Bust, and Power Up. I am sorry I didn't get to show all my CDs, but next time I probably will. Like I usually do, but I'm just not feeling that great. There's my cat. Here is my guitar. I got 2 bass guitars. I'll pull those out real quick. My Kurt Cobain poster, my Kiss poster, my Led Zeppelin poster. This is my drum amp. It's my electric drums. This is my Metallica book bag. I might not pull them out, the guitars, but this is my 4-string bass. It's my 5-string, my acoustic guitar. It's my capos. This is my guitar amp, my bass amp, my picks. And I have another guitar somewhere, but I'm not gonna pull that out. Oh, and real quick, let me pull this table back so you can read through these CDs. And I'll be done, and I'll take a picture for the thumbnail. Let me just turn that off so there's no glare. Alright, thanks for watching. Next time I will show all my music this time. And before I end it, this is my CD player. It can play vinyl, cassettes, CDs, like Bluetooth, all that. Alright, that's all. Until next time, you can watch my other videos, but don't really watch the others. Just watch my music collection videos. Alright, that's all.